Okay.
And we should be back on and running. We just had a technical glitch with our title, so got that all fixed away, and we are back live. Craig Bray out there with his qualifying as he's now completed. He's going to complete lap 1 here in just a moment. We already have other guys finishing out their, starting their qualifying. There goes Craig Bray around on his first full lap, and that's not good. Let's head over to Andrew Serwick in the number 22. James also joining me here in the booth. James, how are you doing this evening?
I'm absolutely fine. Looking forward to a night race at Phoenix as Austin Armstrong puts up the first lap. 27.4 is a decent time to start with.
Saw Andrew Serwick doing a 27 flat in practice. He does complete his first lap, and he goes with a 27.26, a quick time, as Austin Armstrong going to try and battle this one out here as he now comes out of turn number 4 through the dog leg, and he crosses the line with a 27.11 for the quick time. Peyton Schofield, 27.49 and third fastest. Overall, Shady Ahmad trying to outdo John Krauser, goes fourth quick with a 27.51. And Shady Ahmad does not, he does go quicker, a 27.35. Andrew Serwick did not improve, he did improve, but did not take the pole on his second lap, at 27.21. Let's head over to Dylan Pitch, who is trying to get a lap on the board as Craig Bray goes.
Peyton Schofield's just taking the pole with 27.08.
That's a good lap time, of 27.08 on these types of conditions. Again, it's a night race, so tire wear not a big factor on a track like this, but strategy still up to play for, as Dylan Pitch goes 7th quick with a 27.94. Puts Sam Carasella down to 8th and Cody Barrett down to 9th. Let's head over to Micah Curtis as he is in the pink Bass Pro Shop livery there. That's a nice looking car.
It definitely is. It's the ones in the wall. It's the number 9.
As now he crosses the line, Micah Curtis, and he should have improved.
No, he caught the wall.
That's right.
1 and 2, so lap over at that point.
Lap over indeed, so he'll have to go again. So he gets 1 lap as Dominic Rossi goes to second quick with a 27.08.
Wow.
So tied with Schofield. And
I mean, you like to see that at the front, don't you? There's 4 cars under a blanket right there.
Yep.
It's gonna be a great race. Mick Curtis goes 7th there with a 27.4 in his second lap. So right in the mid pack.
And there we go. And right now, Peyton Schofield will be quickest for the pole. And with that 27.08, it had to come down to the milliseconds, I think, at that point. And he must have just been just that hair quicker. And that's exactly what you said, James. It's great to see that happen. Phoenix Raceway, of course, a 1.63 kilometer track. The track temperature, 22 degrees Celsius. So that is the current weather conditions. Let's take a look at other weather conditions. Air temperature, 21 degrees Celsius. So not too terrible out there for this track. Again, tire wear is not going to be a big deal tonight. So I think unless Eric qualifies here, that will do it for the end of our qualifying session here, as we have 5 seconds on the clock, and before it rolls over, we can show you the results. And that's unfortunate because we were supposed to have 2 more drivers joining us tonight, and they did not make the call. So let's take a look at our grid. So starting on the pole, the number 18 of Peyton Schofield with a 27.8087. On the outside is the number 11 of Dominic Rossi. He was 0.001, 1/1000th of a second off of the pole. The number 3, Austin Armstrong in that third slot. And the number 22 in fourth place is Andrew Serwick. And rounding out the top 5, the number 98 of Shady Ahmad.
And joining Shady on the third row in sixth place is the 502 of John Krauser. And if we move down to the fourth row, in seventh is Micah Curtis, who we saw had problems with his first lap, but he got in his second lap and he's in seventh. Next to him is Dylan Pitch in eighth. And Craig Bray is in ninth, and Sam Carasala is 10th to round out our top 10.
And rounding out the top 2 spots, the number 402 of Cody Barrett in that 11th spot. And in the final position, 12th, the 007 of Eric Olivia. So there is the order for tonight. And I don't know what to expect for this one. Not too many drivers came out tonight. So definitely going to kind of still one of those things. It's really anybody's race.
It really is. Might be a small field, but as you saw in qualifying, the times are very close. And just to pick on the point you mentioned before, tyre wear, with it being a night race and quite cool temperatures, is certainly not as going to be as big a factor as it could have been tonight. But our drivers will still need to manage the tyres through at least one of the stints, with only 2 sets available to them, and probably 3 stops need to be made. So we'll see how that plays out. As we've seen in the previous weeks, it can shake things up very quickly.
2 pace laps, and then we go racing. So, of course, oh no, it's 1 pace lap and we're going green. So, pace car is
the pace car's gone.
So, Peyton Schofield has the pace. We do not have restart zone, so he can go at any time in this backstretch, but he probably won't. Probably going to wait until the very last moments of turn 4.
I'd imagine so. Maybe there's been a bit of a gentleman's agreement there, and Schofield then is going to bring us around to the green flag.
And here we go. Green flag is out. Peyton Schofield drives away. There goes Austin Armstrong trying to get underneath of the 18, but it's not going to work out this time. But he is going to gain a couple of positions and move up into that second spot. Andrew Serwick moves into third. You can see all these drivers just trying to figure each other out, trying to stay together as long as they can. Oh, somebody in the wall there. That is going to be the number 9, Micah Curtis, as he is trying to just keep his car straight. So twice already for him, and you can see some damage already on the side of that car, but now we see guys diving through the dog leg here of the Phoenix Raceway, and you can see that number 11, Dominic Rossi. He's trying to get underneath Andrew Serwick as they go through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, Dominic Rossi had a bit of a slower start, and he's back in fourth now, but he's working under Andrew, but a big slide out of 2 there. This is the thing with the first couple laps, very treacherous. You really need to be very gentle on that throttle, and everyone seems to be keeping it straight so far. Only Micah Curtis had a problem hitting the same point in the wall he hit in qualifying, so clearly it's a bit of a favoured spot for him at this point. But our top 4 is still Peyton Schofield, followed by Austin Armstrong, who's one of the few gainers so far in the early stages. Andrew Serwick holding on to third, Dominic Rossi fourth. Shady Ahmad rides out our top 5.
So top 5 staying pretty close together here, as you can see on your screen, about 1.7 seconds between each other. Peyton Schofield just absolutely just holding on to the pace here. He was the quickest man last time by. His best lap at 27.1. And for Austin Armstrong at 27.13. So a little bit of parity between everybody, but everybody just trying to stick together here. Austin Armstrong losing a bit of time through turns 3 and 4, but you can see everybody's just diving down the dog leg. They're staying single file. Nobody really trying to make some moves happen early this time around, and Austin Armstrong going to go high this time with Peyton and gains a little bit of time as he now cuts down the gap from 4/10 to 3/10. See now the little bit of a pack starting to form here, a little bit of separation, a little bit of battling happening with Dominic Rossi and Andrew Serwick. Andrew Serwick now 1.2 seconds off the race leader. And there goes Dominic Rossi down the inside. Can he get the job done this time? No, he cannot.
He's certainly trying. I'm not sure if Andrew's already playing the strategy game of holding back a bit. I think he's probably got a bit more pace than he's showing, but as you said, everyone's been pretty sensible so far. Everyone's in a nice single file. Eric Oliva's moved up 2 spots from the start. He's in 10th now, and yeah, everyone's getting into the groove now. 6 laps in, And as this stint goes on, we'll see if anyone wants to start making the big moves. But it's Dominic Rossi now on the inside, into 2 on Andrew again. Can he get the move done this time? He can't. That's another thing with this track. Your track position is everything. It's very hard to get a move done, as we've seen so far. But Dominic Rossi keeps trying. He keeps knocking on that door, Andrew. Whether he can get round him or not, you'll have to see in the next couple of laps. But Shady Ahmad's coming in onto this battle. So we've got a bit of a three-way battle for the 3rd, 4th and 5th at the moment. And Austin Armstrong is dropping back from Peyton Schofield a little bit, and he might be getting dragged into this battle in this 3-car battle in the next couple of laps.
You don't want to use up your tires too early either, especially in a 100-lap race on a track like this, because you'll have to pit early. I mean, we did mention that tire wear not a super big factor, but you can make it a super big factor if you use them up quickly, as we're seeing some people do a little bit. You can see, just watch Andrew Serwick in that 22 when they come through the front straight and into the dogleg. He doesn't dive down nearly as hard as Dominic Rossi is doing. And that might come into play, because now look, he takes a much shallower line than Dominic Rossi does, and Andrew Serwick, he's making great ground with that because he's able to hold on to the position.
Yeah, I think we are seeing different strategies in play. I think Peyton Schofield obviously got the clean air, but he's just going at full tilt, I would say. Andrew certainly holding back, and he's probably also, with Dominic Rossi trying so hard to get around him, he's definitely using those tyres up a lot harder. So Andrew's in a very good position at the moment, but Shady Ahmad is now looking at the inside of Dominic Rossi, and it looks like he's going to get the move done into turn 1. Can he get him cleared by turn 2? He cannot. That inside line just does not seem to give enough off that corner. As Dominic Rossi uses that outside line to power back ahead of Shady Ahmad into 3 and 4.
He's got to really push the limits on that car if he wants to, but Dominic Rossi still sticking with Andrew Serwick here, even though he lost a bit of time. And it's really about that middle groove, that middle to high groove that you see there, that really does the momentum work for you. And especially on a short track like this, you're going to be off the throttle more. You're not going to be able to get on the throttle as hard as you would like to on that inside line. You're going to have to wait until really the grip comes to you. So the fact that we're seeing Andrew Serwick really getting away with this high lines right now, like, look at him. He's going to go from that mid groove to the low groove, and he's actually going to benefit from that, to kind of that reverse diamond look that you would see in short track racing, especially like on dirt. In dirt oval, you go from high to low, then when you exit the corner, you're on the high line again. But in this type of particular race, you're going to go down. You're going to go from that high to low, but you're going to be going high to low a lot later, and then shooting right back up to get back in line. So it's really about just consistency. And right now we're seeing the field really starting to spread out now. And Peyton Schofield now takes almost a 2-second lead over Austin Armstrong, as the rest of the field as well starting to stay kind of just farther apart. And this is when, this race becomes more of a strategy race.
Oh, certainly strategy is going to play a big part. I think Austin Armstrong is slowly being roped in by Andrew, and Andrew, as this run goes on, may find himself pulling back towards Peyton Schofield. But in the middle of the pack here, there's a bit, like I say, there's a bit of a gap. There's the front 4, maybe 5, and then there's a bit of a gap down to Mickey Curtis in 6th and John Krauser. And this battle has got John Krauser now on the inside of Mickey Curtis, but again, that inside line just does not quite give you enough off of turn 2. As you saw once again, Mickey Curtis holding strongly on that outside. John Krauser's certainly got ideas to get around Mickey Curtis, just about being patient, and when the move's available, just really like I said, just really going for it and running the car on the edge. He's going again now, turn 1. Can he get him cleared in turn 2? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. bit closer this time. They're a bit side by side. Probably going to. Oh no, he's just gotten cleared. I thought he was going to go side by side into 3, and that would have given him a better chance. But he dives down the inside into 3. Can he get Mika Curtis cleared this time? John Krauser trying to get into 6th. He goes very low. Everyone else is diving to different lines. John Krauser gets the move done. He's got up to P6. Can he now try and get onto the back of Shady Ahmad? He's got 4 seconds to gain, but he's certainly on the move. As now Dylan Pitchlock fancies his chances.
Looking still, look at Cody Barrett, though. Cody Barrett trying to get into this mix as well. He's gained a couple of spots already, and I don't think his night's over with his. He takes the actual dog leg. He loses a bit of time to the back of Micah Curtis, but not much.
Cody's kind of in that bottleneck at the moment. He's got to try and find a way where Dylan first, and if Dylan's battling with Mika Curtis, it doesn't leave a lot of room for him to get around. But as you saw in the previous weeks, Cody Barrett, he's very good at coming through the field and being there towards the end of the race. So I would, like I say, his night's definitely not done. We'll see if he can pick his way through this field. But at the moment, he's kind of in a bit of a logjam. Dylan Pitch went on the inside there, but I think Cody Barrett may have cleared him. So Cody gets another spot, and now he's looking at the back of Mika Curtis. He wants to get this one done quick, and he goes straight to the inside in turn 3. No mercy shown as he's got that move clear. That's 2 trucks in a lap, and now he's just going to try and chase down John and hopefully move up towards the front as he's marching through the field. Sorry.
He is extremely consistent right now, as now we're seeing lap times really drop off. They're in the 28s, everybody. We're seeing 28.3s, 28.4s. Shady Ahmad did a 28.9. So the lap time is starting to wear off, and this is the kind of thing that even if you pay attention to NASCAR in real life, the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series, this is the one thing they were talked about. In the Cup Series, you didn't see that time fall off nearly as bad as you did in the trucks and the Xfinity cars. The trucks do get a little bit of tire wear, as we see John Krauser just scraped the wall a little bit there on the back stretch, and the tire wearing off really affects, and you can see actually these guys are getting a little more ginger around these corners, and it kind of makes a difference. It depends on how hard you're willing to go, and you're not going to see these guys shift down at all. Let's go on board with Cody Barrett here, and you're gonna hear him get off the throttle, but you're not gonna hear him shift gears at all. You can see, yep, he gets off really early into the corner, but right back onto the throttle as soon as his car is pointed where he wants to go. He's gonna take the dog leg this time. Does a nice job getting through there. And he's actually gaining onto John Krauser, because look how much time he just gained on him. He's almost right on the back bumper of Krauser as he just slid up the track just a little bit coming off the exit of 2.
Yeah, it definitely is. Maybe he's kept his tyres a lot better than John and Shady in front, so now it's paying off. I think that's the thing now, 25 laps in, we've started to see the people who've been kind to those tyres and who haven't. And Cody, like I said, he's very good at coming through the field. He spots 6. He's maybe get top 5 before the end of the stint. Shady and Mads left the taking. He's dropped back off the leading 4 and back into this group in the midfield. So we'll see if Cody can find a way around John. John's holding that inside. So as you saw with John and Cody both dive into the inside in 3 and 4 to get around Mika Curtis earlier. So if the Cody needs to try and find a different line to John to make this move stick, and at the moment this is sort of John seems to be mirror driving Cody and not giving him any options.
Well, this time Cody did kind of switch up the line into 2 on his entry. It was much better. In the 3 and 4 already through another lap, and right now what I like about what Cody is doing, he's being patient. He's kind of just allowing John, and John is actually catching Shady Ahmad. And for Cody Barrett right now, this is exactly what you want to see, is somebody catching another car in front of you, because eventually that is going to ensue in battle, and that's going to actually make more opportunities to pass because John Krauser is going to try and go for a pass, maybe not get it done. John Krauser goes to the dot
now.
live.
Sorry.
Yeah, one pass already done.
Wow, and Cody looks like he's going to get this one cleared. So Shady Ahmad's lost 2 positions in a single straight by the looks of it. As John Krauser and Cody Barrett continue their march through the field towards the front. Shady Ahmad might have even caught the wall out of 2 there. He's caught a few people out tonight. But this is certainly where the battle is at the moment, Adam. It's Cody and John.
Well,
Peyton Schofield is pacing away still, 2 seconds.
I want to point this out. Look at Austin Armstrong. He's already lapping Eric Oliva, and he is closing that gap a little bit. It's not growing, it's slowly shrinking to the front as we hit lap 30. So 70 laps to go in this one.
Yeah, Austin is maybe slowly catching Peyton, and it's like I say, it's this very strategic race now. It's only come down to what people decide to do on that first start, whether they decide to take the tyres or not. I'd imagine most will take them, but we'll see probably in the next few laps. As Shady Ahmad is the first to pit, I mean, he's been struggling for the last 5 or 10 laps, so he probably wants those tyres off right now.
I would get those tires off as quickly as possible because he probably burned them up on those initial laps, and in a race like this, you don't want to burn those tires up hard, and because you're just going to struggle majority of the stint. You might gain a position, but right there, as we saw with Shady Ahmad, he literally lost 2 positions on a straight. So those tires are done. As we're still seeing Peyton Schofield really still command the race lead here. Taking a look back at the battle here for P5. Cody Barrett, John Krauser, these two going at it hard with each other still. And, very clean still until the green. We will have green flag pit stops from the way it looks like, as Shady Ahmad was the first one to pit. He is a lap down. And we have a caution.
Oh boy.
Shady Ahmad, looks like. Let's take a look here at the replay. Shady Ahmad on cold tires gets loose.
Locks it down.
Yeah, locks it down. Doesn't
just a little kiss to the wall.
Little love taps.
Yeah.
But that brings out our first caution.
It does, and also it's going to put Eric Oliva back on the lead lap, and Shady Ahmad is actually 2 laps down now after that, unfortunately.
Yep. Well.
But yeah, that again, we just saw that is the peril of the cold tyres, though. We'll see now with the restart when that happens. Those first couple of laps where the drivers going to be switched on, and remember that those tyres aren't great for the first couple of laps.
Well, here we go, pit stop time. As after the fact I said it was going to be green flag pit stops, we get a caution the lap right after. So green flag, so pit stops for everybody. So, right now it's probably fresh tire time. Again, you only get 2 sets of tires. So that also is going to come into play. So if you did 35 laps on this one, you have to do another probably 45 on this next set of tires to make it worth.
Probably.
So
just imagine with 35 laps on those tires, you're just going to take them. Otherwise, you're just going to be a lap down before you know it if everyone else is taking them. Peyton Schofield maintains the lead out of the pits. In fact, our top 4 remained the same. Don't think anyone's really gained or lost on pit road so far.
Nope. No, they have not. So, but this will bunch the field back up, and of course, when that happens, anything can happen. So, talking about tire strategy here, as we are on lap 35, and we saw guys do 35 laps on their tires. What would you consider to do at this point? Do you try and take it another 40 to 45 laps on a fresh set of tires? Because obviously at lap 35, times were down significantly.
I would, yeah. I mean, at this point, I would always taken tires, and I would probably try and push the 35, 40 laps out of the next set. So then you only got a short stint at the end.
Because if you do 35, that puts you up to what, lap 70?
Yeah.
So,
But then that works. That works nicely. I think the way the tire strategy is going to play out tonight, it kind of each stint kind of fits what.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We have ran into a technical difficulty. We will work on fixing this in just a moment. Stick around. We'll be back. Do apologize. It looks like the iRacing simulator has crashed. So we'll just need to get that back going. We'll be back into the action here momentarily.
A digital breeze from cybernet seas. We may not make it out of the bay. Just unwind, it doesn't matter anyway. Try not to freeze or throw away the keys. The predator is now the prey. Things could be different. Things could be alright. Things could be innocent when dark becomes light. We're online, ready to fire away. Powered by a dream, connected to a screen. The Revo's in 4K.
So when we loaded back in, we weren't able to get full screen, so we'll be returning here momentarily.
Cybernet seas, we may not make it out of the bay. Just unwind, it doesn't matter anyway. Try not to freeze or throw away the keys. The predator is now the prey. Things could be different. Things could be alright. Things could be innocent when dark becomes light. We're online, ready to fire away. Powered by a dream, connected to a screen. The Revo's in 4K. To a screen, the Revo's in 4K.
right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Finally. Sorry about the delay there. Getting us back into the race. We do have a DNF already. That's going to be Sam Carasala, who is out of this one.
Yeah, we're on lap 63. Peyton Schofield's in the lead with Austin Armstrong still second. In fact, the top four hasn't changed. John Krause in 5th, but Cody Barrett in 6th. Craig Bray in 7th. Everyone's pretty close together. Peyton Schofield's still pacing the field, but everyone else is still battling hard. I think we'll be getting some pit stops again soon, I would imagine.
I was going to say, we're going to hit that point here in the next 4 or 5 laps. As, a little bit of contact with John Krauser and Dominic Rossi. 3 wide here as they come through turn 4. And guess who's going to be the lucky man out of that one? It's going to be Cody Barrett as he's down the inside. And he's going to try and wrestle this position away from Dominic Rossi for the top 5. And he's going to get it done. He's in 4th.
Yep, fortune favours the brave there. He capitalised on John and Dominic coming together. And Cody Barrett now sitting in P4. Another good night for him. We'll see if Dominic Rossi can get back at him.
It's going to be close, though, because I think Cody Barrett has gotten the tires figured out now, because we're hitting that point now on these tires that it's going to make a difference. So it's only been 1 pit stop, so we have not missed any of the pit cycles at all yet. And still leading the race, Peyton Schofield by 3.24 seconds. He is running away with this one, James.
It certainly is. He's basically dominated the field so far. However, speaking of pit cycles and pit strategy, people may have to now think about maybe doing an undercut, in everyone else to pit. We'll see if anyone pulls that trigger in the next couple of laps. But Cody Barrett is pulling away from Dominic Rossi and John Krause. He might get onto the back of Andrew Serwick, who's keeping Austin Armstrong honest. John Krause now is still on the back of Dominic Rossi, hoping maybe to get more clean pass after his little contact the last time he tried to make a move. But then Craig Bray in the background might be hoping a bit more contact, so maybe he can capitalise like Cody Barrett did a few laps prior. So plenty to play for here as we're running down the laps. Lap 68, I would imagine lap 70, 72, people will probably be hitting pit road. It's about who's gonna blink first and try and create a scenario for them to gain some time on Peyton Schofield, who seems pretty unstoppable at the moment without some kind of intervention or misfortune. So Andrew Serwick catch the wall.
He smacked that wall.
He certainly did. That turn 2 wall is catching out a few people tonight, and Andrew Serwick's the latest victim.
Well, for Cody Barrett, he's happy about that, because look at how much time he is gaining onto Andrew Serwick here. And you mentioned earlier, James, Cody Barrett's one of those drivers that he can get through the field and get up there towards the front. You can see how much kind of damage is really on the side of Andrew Serwick's car on the passenger side, and that it doesn't affect your race at all, but it can really slow you down and let up your momentum a little bit. As Cody Barrett, he does not have fresh tires, so he's on the same amount of tires as everybody else, but I think he saved them. I think he figured out how to save them and how to utilize those tires, as he is now within, what's his interval right now? He is 0.4 tenths away from Serwick.
Yeah, he seems to have the better tyre against Andrew at the moment, and Andrew hitting that wall, it'll give him slight damage and a slight effect. So but the fact he even hit the wall says to me that he's not having a happy truck at the moment. So it'd be interesting if he dives to pit road soon to try and shake up the strategy and see if he can rustle up something to try and get back at the front. But Cody Barrett is getting closer and closer to the back of that truck. So how soon is it going to be until he gets past?
Well, you got to wonder if Cody Barrett's thinking undercut here, as well as he dives down the inside. Can he get the job done? He is sticking with Andrew Serwick, going to fall back right behind him, but look how close these two are, and Andrew Serwick's not going to give up without a fight. But for Andrew Serwick, he's got to find a way to go, and he's got to go now. Oh, almost contact between the two, and here comes Cody Barrett once again. Can he figure out a way by Andrew Sherwick down to the apron of the dog leg? Cody Barrett stays up high, loses a bit of time, but he's going to throw it inside this time. Now side by side through turns 1 and 2, and here comes Cody Barrett. Can he get the move done? He's going to get a good run out of turn 2. They're still side by side. Andrew Sherwick still not letting off as he went in the high side, able to gain the momentum, but look at Cody Barrett. He pulls it down, puts the slider on, and here he goes. Cody Barrett moves up into the 3rd spot. The man is on a mission. He wants to try and maybe catch the leaders now as we now hit 26 laps to go.
Yeah, good move there by Cody. Andrew said it didn't make it easy for him. Now Andrew's hitting pit road, so he's the first one to try this. Can he use it to good effect, or is it just going to create a domino effect now? Everyone just hitting pit road, but Andrew Sherwick's the first of the lead cars to pull the trigger on these final stops. 25 to go. If it stays green and everyone else stays out for a few laps, he may profit from this quite greatly, but at the moment Cody's staying out by the looks of it. I think Austin Armstrong's hit pit road. He's thinking the same thing. See, it's all about when Peyton Schofield decides to pit, because you know that ultimately these early pit stops are trying to gain some ground on him. But Peyton's quite happy at the moment. He's just pacing away. So I think, Adam, what we really need to look at is Andrew Sherwick's times coming out of the pits in comparison to our leaders, and see how much time he's gaining on a lap by lap basis.
Well, right now he is a lap down to the race leader, but that's on pits. Cody Barrett now takes the lead of the race.
It does, because Peyton Schofield's hit pit road, so is Dominic Rossi, Craig Bright, and wow, so we've got 2 different strategies going on here. You know, a caution now will basically shake up the entire race, because you know, while everyone else will get a wave around, it'll basically put a front three of Cody Barrett, John Krauser, and Dylan Pitch. John Krauser now hits pit road, so we've only got 4 people still to pit. Eric Oliva's the back of that pack. He's in P5. Dylan Pitch is at the pit road now. Cody Barrett is staying out though. I'm not sure about this strategy. I think if he's obviously maybe praying for a caution, and obviously we saw last time with people coming out on cold tyres, cautions are likely at this point. You know, people forget how slidey that car is on the first couple of laps. As Cody just keeps pacing around now.
Cody Barrett doing a nice job here. Let's take a look at some lap times now that we are getting some guys out of the pit lane. Andrew Sherwick at 27.3, Cody Barrett 28.7. So he's going to pit eventually, or he might just try and stick it out. I mean, you know.
I think he's locked into that now.
Yeah.
He pits now, and he's just going to lose time and positions.
And there's a caution.
He's got a caution. Cody Barrett got what he wanted. Wow, I think this puts only Cody Barrett and Eric Oliva on the lead lap at the moment.
Let's take a look at the caution. Dominic Rossi here in the number 11. And he slides on cold tires again through turn 2.
Oh, kiss that wall a bit harder this time.
Yeah.
He's having an eventful evening.
Well, if you're Cody Barrett, your life just got a whole lot easier, because you're going to be able to pit now, and you're going to have the lead of the race, because everybody's going to get a wave around, and the only person on his lap is Eric Oliva. So,
yeah, I think Peyton should get a wave around before everyone else. I think he'll probably just get the lucky dog just because of the way the game works. But yeah, Cody Barrett, Eric Oliva should be off front too when we go back to green here. So we were saying the strategy where Cody was locked in there, and it's paid off. By the looks of it so far, it's put him right at the front. Started well back in the pack. He's worked his way through as the evening's gone on, and now he's looking like he's got a good shot at this win. We'll probably go about 15 laps to go when we're and
There's Cody.
He is. He's having a weird pit stop where he teleports to a different dimension. These things happen, you know. It's Phoenix, man. Things has crazy things happen in Phoenix.
So good pit stop there by Cody Barrett. So he'll come on out as Schofield will get his wave around here.
I guess we're going to see for the first time how Peyton actually handles a bit of traffic, because he's had clean air all night, and now he's got at least 2 cars in front of him when we go back green.
Well. Who would have expected this tonight? Cody Barrett gambling. That was a gamble on the strategy.
It really was a gamble, and we were in Vegas last week, but, you know, Cody brought that over to Phoenix with him. Gambled, it's paid off by the looks of it. Certainly put him in a great position now to win, or at least contend for that win.
Now, all these cars in front of Cody are all lapped cars, so they are going to get a wave around. At least they should be getting a wave around. And Eric Oliva is going to actually maintain the second spot. So for Cody Barrett right now, you're happy because it's a single file restart. Schofield is going to drop back another position behind the 11 of Rossi. No, not Rossi. I'm not sure.
It is Rossi. No, it's Rossi. I don't understand how that's worked, actually, because...
Yeah, why is he? He's a lap down.
The only thing I can think is Rossi hasn't pit, and because Peyton Schofield got the wave around on the Lucky Dog, he gets put to the back
Yes, he gets
of the
put
pack. So even though Dominic Rossi's a lap down, and he's not going to get a wave around by the looks of it, it's still going to put Peyton behind him at the moment, by the looks of it. It's very confusing because the way the field is. I mean, you're going to have so many wave rounds. I assume the top 4 we see now will be the top 4 at the restart. Andrew's going to start 5th in line with Shady Ahmad next to him. But I mean, now Peyton Schofield's in 3rd, it just opens him up for being attacked by Andrew and Shady and Craig Bray and John Krauser. People he hasn't really had to race all night just because of how the positions are. Biggest loser of that list will be Austin Armstrong. He's down in 11th. I don't know what happened to him, whether he got some kind of penalty on pit road, but he should have been 4th or 5th based on when he went into the pits.
So we are not going green. We'll have a delay here as the field will bunch up. So
that's probably a lot of pointing out.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is going to be a hell of a restart though. You've got Cody Barrett, he's thinking the way Eric Oliva is 2nd. He hasn't really been a fit factor all night, and he's right up there now. It's going to be a lot of people making moves off this restart. So to see the fireworks definitely straight from the off here.
Just really confused about what Eric Oliva is doing. He's not single file. The pace car is in.
Are they supposed to be single file restarts at this point?
Yeah, but single file on all restarts, not double file. So 15 laps to go. Cody Barrett is your race leader.
Peyton Schofield's been put right at the back.
Yeah.
Behind all the wave rank cars as well. That's unfortunate.
So here we go. 15 laps to go. Green flag. And Cody Barrett takes off. Great restart from him. And he's going to have to really push it hard because he has the likes of Andrew Surowick behind him. And you got to wonder where Schofield's going to come out as he goes down to 9th after all the caution and all that mess. I really don't understand why that would have happened. And I guess because he was the lucky dog. And right now you can see Cody Barrett, he just wants to drive away with this one as quickly as he can. He wants to keep that lap car between him and Andrew Surowick this entire time. As now we complete lap number 1 after the restart. And here we go, 13 laps to go. Andrew Surowick trying to gain the time, but these guys are going to go quickly here as they are on the fresh tires. And for Schofield right now. That's going to be very frustrating to be back there all the way in 9th place.
Yeah, he's back down in 9th place. He doesn't seem to be making much progress either, unfortunately. It's real fortunate after dominating the race. It looks like he's going to struggle to get back to the front here. Cody Barrett's very happy at the moment. Like I said, that Dominic Rossi lap car in between him and Andrew, giving him a nice buffer. He's pulling out nearly a second lead. We've got Schofield up to 8th now. I'm kind of watching Peyton Schofield at the back. I just want to see how fast he can get through this pack. He's up to P7 now. I think on that restart, Eric Oliva was quite happy just to let a lot of people go by. He's starting P3 now. But we've got changes all over the place. I think Darlin Pitch started upon him. He's in the pits, and I think he was off the pace. Peyton Schofield is up into 6th now. I might want to turn onto him for a minute because Cody Barrett's quite happy at front. Peyton Schofield's making massive moves very quickly. He's up into P5, and he's looking. Oh, and that was
Shady
John
Ahmad.
Krause, Shady Ahmad who hit the wall a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Schofield.
he is really pushing here. He knows that he got kind of, you know what, on that restart. He got gypped.
Finally started. Just the way it worked. He should not have been started right at the back. He should have been for all the wave round cars, but iRacing seems to maybe have caused that scenario. But either way, it's fun to watch him get through the field. Now he's making a move on Mika Curtis, who was in 4th. I think Peyton Schofield's going to get that done quickly. But he's still 3 seconds off the back of Cody Barrett, and there's only 9 laps left. He really needs another caution.
He really does.
And we'll see how far he can get back up. I hope he does get into top 3 because I want to speak to him. Although they might be quite angry after how things have played out.
Oh, this might be your caution.
Oh, second hit by Krauser there. 2 hits of the wall, but he's carried on.
He's carried on, so no caution. We continue green here. As now Andrew Serwick finally getting around Dominic Rossi. And now the chase is on. 1.8 seconds back from Cody Barrett with 8 laps to go. That's going to be a huge gain if he can make that happen and steal the win away from Cody Barrett. And Peyton Schofield now chasing down Eric Oliva. And Eric right now, he's just kind of enjoying the spot he's in. He's going to be in a podium place after really a well-timed caution. He gambled on the strategy as well as he is trying his best to get into a podium. This is going to change the standings on its head if this is how it ends.
It certainly is. I mean, I say Eric Oliva, if he ends up top 5, he'll probably be happy with that, given how his position's been most of the night. Peyton Schofield, though, he's pretty much he's gonna blow by Eric here. He's not taking any prisoners.
Nope, he is not.
And I do not blame him. That is a man on a mission, and I do not blame him because he is absolutely dominated tonight. And fortune has certainly not favoured him.
Austin Armstrong a lap down as well. This is getting absolutely crazy. And 6 laps to go. That gap is not coming down quick enough for Andrew Serwick, and he's got to pedal it now because it is go time. It's hammer time, as Bono would say to Lewis Hamilton. 5 laps now to go. Cody Barrett, 1.4 second lead. Can he get the job done? As you can see now, the battle still heating up between for this 4th spot with Micah Curtis, Eric Oliva, and Craig Bray in the mix as well here. Craig Bray has moved up 3 positions. The biggest gainer so far is going to be the number 402 of Cody Barrett, up 10 spots tonight. And if he can hold on to this, that would be an absolutely good comeback race for him.
Yeah, it definitely would be. He's certainly threatened to win the first couple of weeks we've had this series going on, so it would be a well-deserved winner if he does finish this out. Andrew Serwick, though, is 1.2 behind now, but as you said, he either needs a caution or he needs a few more laps. And it's not impossible to think that maybe we'll get a late caution. I think someone's just hit the wall. It might have been Andrew himself. Yeah, it was. He's dropped back now. He's dropping back into the path of these 2 lap cars, Austin Armstrong and Dominic Rossi. But Cody Barrett, he's got 3 laps to go. Can he hold on? Austin Armstrong trying to get around Andrew. He's a lot behind. He doesn't really need to get into this fight. But it's
getting close.
Sorry.
It's getting spicy.
Yeah, I was just caught up in the action there. Sorry, it's what laps?
2 laps now to go. Peyton Schofield He is really charging through the field. He's in a podium spot now, which should be a good consolation prize after a tough. There goes Dominic Rossi into the wall. No caution. And we continue going green. Does there enough time? Can Peyton Schofield find a way past Andrew Surwick, as now you saw a little action here between Austin Armstrong and Andrew Surwick. And here we go, white flag. Cody Barrett takes it. And next flag will end the race. Oh, no. Did my stuff just break? My stuff just broke. What is happening here?
I think we're still here. Well, Cody Barrett's won. Andrew Surwick second. Peyton Schofield third. Sorry we didn't catch the end there. Oh, yeah, we see a car going around the track now. But, wow. If you said at lap 70 he was going to win this race, as good as Cody Barrett was doing, I would not have said he would be standing in victory lane. What a win.
What a win indeed. Let's take a look.
Hey,
wow.
Tell you what, Peyton Schofield's going to be kicking himself. He had that in the bag, and unfortunately, NASCAR is NASCAR, and sometimes things happen that just absolutely turn a race on the head, and that's what we've seen tonight. Cody Barrett, our victor, Andrew Surwick, and Peyton Schofield running out of top three.
Wow, what a race that was. There's the official results. Cody Barrett gets a race win tonight, and we will take a break here in just a moment. But, you know, I think Cody Barrett, he'll be happy with that because obviously he's been trying to get a win for a couple weeks. He finally gets the job done. So we'll take a brief pause here. We'll talk with our top three, Cody Barrett, Andrew Surwick, and Peyton Schofield. I'm kind of excited for that Peyton Schofield
well, it's gonna be interesting because, wow, what a night he had.
Yep. Well, we'll take a brief pause here, and we'll be back with our driver. And we're back with our race winner of Cody Barrett. Cody, you finally got the job done tonight.
There will be no asterisks in the history books. This was a hard-fought race the whole way. And I played a brilliant 1,000-pound brain strategy. I think that's the only way to see this race tonight.
It was really 1,000 IQ. It seemed as we were talking pit strategy, you know, we saw Andrew Surwick go in and everybody else start to pit, and here you are just staying out there, just, you know, and you were making pretty good pace on those used tires, especially when you got into in the 60, 70 lap range. It seemed like the pace was still pretty good on those tires.
Oh yeah. I was having way less issue at the end of the run. I kind of found that out at the end of the first run. Was that if I just kept driving my speed for the first 30 laps, those last 10, I was moving through the field. So when I got wrecked out in the middle of the race there, bring out that second yellow, I was in a bad spot. I could not take tires. We had the tire limit tonight. We could only change tires twice. So if I took tires then, those were the set I had for the rest of the race. And since I didn't want to do that, I just took fuel and my fast repair. And then even when that final yellow came out, I had 9 more laps in the tank. I was going to keep going. I was just fingers crossed the whole way around.
It was a kind of a crazy race, though. Even though with the low attendance tonight, it seemed like the action was kind of all over. You were battling with Cricket or John Krauser there for a good portion of that race. Talk to us about that battle.
Oh man, that was a really, really good one. That was in the first run. Was where the one that I remember. I don't know if I was by him again, but in the first green flag run there, I ended up behind him for about 6 laps straight, and I kept messing up turn 3 and 4. I kept messing up. Finally, I nail it. I've got the run on him. Boom, first caution. And I was screaming, and John's in the voice chat too, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I knew it was gonna happen eventually, but that caution saved me."
Well, you win a race tonight. You get a good amount of bonus points. Points and a couple of bonus points. So you got to be pretty happy about how tonight went.
Very happy. It's the first truck race that I've felt pretty comfortable with the whole result. So,
well, congratulations, James. Any questions?
I'm a good, thank you.
All right.
Congratulations, Cody.
Congrats, Cody, and we'll
thanks, guys.
We won't see you next week. We'll see you here in a couple weeks.
Right. We'll see you then.
It's a good night. All right, Cody Barrett, our race winner. Let's bring in Andrew Surwick here. Andrew Surwick, second place tonight. You'll take the championship lead after tonight's race, and kind of crazy at the end there.
Yeah, smacked the wall with like 3 or 4 to go, coming off of 2. I was catching Cody and just made a small mistake, and that cost me a shot at the win. Although I don't think I would have had it. Just clean air around here is so valuable, especially the closer you are to a car in front, the harder it is to get to drive. So, but yeah, that was a crazy finish. We'll just move on to Bristol Dirt next.
Bristol
2 weeks
Dirt.
from now.
2 weeks, yep. Bristol Dirt in a couple weeks, and for you, that's going to bring back some good memories. Obviously, your background in dirt racing, you're looking forward to that, aren't you?
Yeah. Considering that I'm like one of like 3 drivers in the field that actually have driven a dirt oval on iRacing. I think it's just me, Austin, and Cody. I think we're the only 3 that actually have turned a lap on dirt, so it'd be just between us 3 really, I think, going into that race. Just considering the experience level that you definitely need to tame a dirt track, especially one like Bristol. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good race, I think.
It should be exciting. Talk to us kind of about just the entire race as a whole tonight.
I was horrible to my tires. I want to apologize to my right front tire, especially the second tire that I had on the car. I absolutely murdered it, and I am so sorry to that. But it was tough. Tire wear was really high. Like I said earlier, dirty air was a big pain in the you know what. So it was kind of just a holding pattern everyone was in, and couldn't really do much with it. But it was still a good race overall. Just unfortunate ending, I think.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And I don't know if you can elaborate what happened at the end there with that late caution. Obviously, Peyton was pretty quick all night and started 9th in that restart.
Yeah, it's the way iRacing has things coded with the lucky dog is that the lucky dog has to start at the tail end of the longest line. Unfortunately, there was only 2 cars that were on the lead lap at the time, and they both pit under that yellow. So so really it was an advantage to not be in the lucky dog position because of the rule that the lucky dog has to start last. That said, it kind of, I mean, it sucks for Peyton. I know he's really upset about it, and he was quick, but like I told him, he even said, clean air was so powerful that he doesn't really know where he would have finished if he had started further back. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was just it was tough to pass. It was tough to follow, but yeah, just real tough race.
Well, sir, you finished second tonight, and you take the championship lead, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you. Andrew Serwick, our second place finisher tonight. And we'll bring in Peyton Schofield, which I think is going to be a tough interview, James. So let's bring him in. Peyton, the win was in your hands tonight. I think we all can agree. Tough race at the end there, and that caution didn't help you at all.
Yeah. The bug in iRacing, which gave me an EOL and made me go to the back, was great. So, and then I managed to drive all the way back through the field. But I don't know what else to say really.
Does third feel like a good consolation, or was the aim to win? I mean, you had pole tonight. You had blistering pace tonight, and I think if everybody put their chips on you to win tonight, they could have. it would have been a decent bet.
Yeah, I think if the caution comes out and I stay at the front, there's no doubt in my mind I win the race. Just because of how quick I had been.
Mm-hmm. Well, in terms of the standings, this is going to do wonders. Especially, it will move you up a few spots, at least in the standings.
Yeah. Just really frustrating that I had no control over getting put to the back, but what can you do?
Yeah. Well, we head to Bristol Dirt in a couple weeks, and obviously dirt racing, a different style and different discipline of racing. Are you excited? Are you ready? Have you been practicing?
I haven't practiced yet, but I am excited. Driven a little bit of dirt on iRacing in the rookie stuff, but it's a lot of fun. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, from me to you, I can only give you my sympathy. I think you definitely deserve that win, or at least deserve to be battling at the end there for the win with everybody else. And those last few laps, we were watching you and just watching you carve everybody in the field. You had some serious pace tonight, and you could, hopefully it doesn't hurt too much, and we can come back in a couple weeks, and hopefully you can be back up there again.
Yep, thank you.
That's Peyton Schofield, third place finisher tonight after probably, I would say, a controversial end to this one, James.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, as I said, if he hadn't have had this scenario placed him in the final few laps, he would have certainly been possibly in victory lane, or he would have definitely been fighting for it.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But I guess all he could do is use the sort of the experience from tonight and use it to kick on the rest of the season and try and right that wrong and win a few races. But yeah, it's difficult. I mean, what can you say for something like that? It was incredibly harsh and undeserved with what happened. But
yep. Yes, it was.
We'll see if he can bounce back at Bristol Dirt.
Yep, for sure. So, and that will be in a couple of weeks. We'll be back live for in ARC NASCAR Truck Series when we go to the Bristol Dirt Track, or Dirt on Bristol. I don't even know how they even phrase it, but heading to Bristol Dirt, and that should be exciting. If you want to join us, of course, head to discord.gg/Apollo Racing Club. Head over to grid-finder.com and find Apollo Racing Club there. And you can sign up. We still have plenty of spots open for the ARC Truck Series. So it's going to be an interesting race here in a couple weeks. And Of course, if you are a driver, we're happy to announce we will be doing practice sessions as well as some new changes just for that one particular race, just to create a better, safer environment for everybody. No green flag pit stops, of course, and competition cautions if needed. So, James, what are your final thoughts?
Well, I'll first of all congratulate to Cody. Commiserations to Peyton. We saw the classic example of a race being flipped on its head with a caution at the wrong time for certain people. And I'm just looking forward to Bristol Dirt. I think that'll be a really exciting and fun race. So 2 weeks, and looking forward to that one already.
Yes, indeed. Well, for everybody here at Apollo Racing Club, we want to thank all of you for watching, and make sure to hit that follow button as well as the subscribe button over on YouTube and catch up with all the action here at Apollo Racing Club. Once again, for everybody here at Apollo Racing Club, all the moderators and the admins, and of course James and myself, we wish you good night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Take care, everyone.